I'm taking out the varroa strips that I put in late autumn, and we're down into the bottom box. This hive is so full of honey. It's come through the winter no problem. I haven't had to feed it anything at all. It's just had plenty of honey. So I'm just getting out a side frame first. And this is the bottom box, full deeps box, and it's full of honey on this side frame. So you can see the honey here all capped over, and here, pretty amazing to have it in the bottom box. I'm just going to lean it there, and I'm just gradually going to the centre, because that's where the brood will be. Here we've got more honey, and here we've got more honey as well, and a little bit of pollen. Most of these bees here, these are female worker bees. Female worker bees. Here's a drone. There's a drone here. Just clambering over the top there. There he is. And we're just getting closer and closer to the middle. And here's the first sign of the brood. Capped brood. Now you can see that the brood is in an arc like this. It's all capped over, which means that it's gone through the egg stage and the larval stage, capped over now, and here's one actually starting to hatch out. It's gnawing away at the cap to get itself out. You can see its feelers there. So this will be about 21 days, close to 21 days from the time that the egg was laid, and now it's just starting to come out. So we've got honey around the edge, and we've got some larvae in here, some white larvae on the outer edge of the brood nest. Put this frame back inside the box so it won't catch the wind. I don't want it to get too cold. And again I'm going towards the centre, and here's again a lot of brood, and here's one with pollen on its legs. Now it's looking around for a cell to actually offload that pollen. It rubs the pollen off its legs and pushes it down into a cell. And it's in the vicinity of the brood here. This is where they store the pollen, so that it's nice and close to where they're feeding the larvae. They need that pollen, which is the protein source, the major protein source for the bees, especially for the young ones. I'm just keeping a watch out for the queen. Should be around somewhere. I'm looking on the other side of the frame. It's all looking very healthy. And this is what we like to see, of course, and what we should be seeing on every hive. But we always have to check the brood to make sure that it's all healthy. Now there is even more brood. It's a very full frame. as you can see, almost to the four corners. And this is right in the middle of the brood nest. And I'll turn over to the other side. Now, normally speaking, you wouldn't find the queen on a frame like this, because her work is done for the moment, for the meantime. These bees are going to hatch out soon. There's going to be a lot of extra bees in this hive soon when they all hatch out in the next 10 days or so. It's going to be a lot more extra bees when they hatch out. So again, I'm still looking for the queen, and I'm just casting my eye over that. That's also a centre frame. I'll turn it around to the other side. More brood, capped brood, lots of capped brood. You could say in this hive really that there's just not enough room for the queen to lay, because she's filled everything up, and it just won't be long. She'll just need more room. Coming into the spring, more and more natural food around. Still haven't spotted the queen. She can be a bit elusive, but what we notice here is there's pollen. Pollen around the edge here, honey around here, brood in the middle, that typical arc-shaped, and honey up in this top corner as well. Just turn over here and have a wee look.
They're all bunched up there, look.
Yeah. Yeah, we've sort of disturbed them a little bit. And if it gets a bit bunched up, you can just do this with a hive tool. You just press gently on them and they spread out. This is actually, you could say, almost an ideal kind of a hive, except it does need a bit more room. Another box on it really. This is the bottom brood box, and the second brood box is actually full of honey. There she is. There she is. Right, well, I better close this up again, I think. So we'll just put everything back into order as it was, same order. And the order is, of course, food. We put stores on the outside edge frames, and the brood in the middle, where the bees cluster over the brood to keep it warm. You know, incubate it really, that's probably a good term to use. Just to keep it warm, because the brood needs that warmth. So we're just putting it all together as it was. We've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of brood. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 3 are food frames. And lots of bees there. I'm just going to bump them in like that. So I'm not going to squash too many. When you open up a hive, it's inevitable that you do squash a few. You just can't avoid that. But you don't really need to worry about it when there's so many bees. Now in a moment I'm just going to put some varroa strips in there, so we'll just have a careful look at over that and over this box here. This is the second, meant to be the second brood box. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting in some varroa strips. This is the spring requirement. Just put them in there, just around or close to the brood. Just down in there. There's nothing sinister in this hive. It's all perfectly normal. The brood perfectly healthy. And it's in a sunny location. And I think that, and in a sheltered area, sheltered orchard. And all these factors are very helpful. This box is quite heavy because, as I said, it's full of honey. So what needs to be done with this hive is actually, with the brood there and honey here, I need to put a second box in, just above this bottom brood box, to give it like a second brood box with empty comb, so that the queen can come up into the new second box, and I'll sit this one up on top. So we'll close it down. Lots of bees here. So what you do here is you just bump them on the ground, bump the one corner of the lid on the ground like that, and a little bump like that, and right, the hive is all closed up. Now these bees out in the front will just find their own way in. See the pollen, nice creamy pollen. I noticed one here somewhere, it's got a different colour pollen, so it's been going to some different flowers. But notice these ones all crawling in through the grass, all making their way back home. And often what happens here is that there are bees that park themselves on the front and put their rear end out. They open a scent gland, and the scent of the hive is blown out here, and it draws the rest in. It just helps them to recognise which hive is theirs.